like to show you 3 of my lazy day hairstyle choices. Let's go ahead and begin. For the first hairstyle, make a deep side parting and pick up a triangular section near that parting. Divide it into 3 pieces and start braiding a Dutch braid. You will be crossing the outer strands under and into the middle, and after performing the first stitch, you will start adding new sections of hair from each side and also cross them under together with the outer strands. The Dutch braid is probably one of my favorite braids because it's easy to do and you can pancake it out so it appears much thicker and fuller than it actually is. So if we're going to go with just one quick braided accent, it might as well be one that makes a statement. Once you have reached the back of your head, you should stop adding new sections of hair and just finish the braid off as a regular braid. And of course, my favorite part, pulling on the braid to make it thicker. And in the end, tying it off with a clear elastic. Now, instead of using bobby pins to keep the braid in place, I like to part a section of hair at my crown area, clip it away temporarily, and pick up a thin section of hair close to the braid underneath and tie it off together with the braid. This will keep the braid in place securely without risking any bobby pins sticking out from underneath the hair. So this is the finished look for the first hairstyle. For the second hairstyle, we're going to do a French braided half updo. We start very similar to the first one, except we start braiding a French braid, which means we are crossing the outer strands over each other, over into the middle, and starting adding sections from each side and crossing them over as well. Now it's up to you if you want to do a side parting or a middle parting for this hairstyle, because we're doing 2 French braids, starting from the front and meeting in the back. When you're adding sections of hair from the back into the braid, make sure you keep it reasonably tight and that you direct the braid to the back, so you don't get any weird bulks when you tie the braids together in the back later on. Once you finish the braid on one side, repeat the process on the other side. In the end, you gather both braids and tie them together with a clear elastic. You can pull the braids apart to make it looser, and then you're done. The third hairstyle is a continuation of the second, so if you want to, you can gather the rest of your hair in a ponytail, tie it into a bun and pin it in place with bobby pins, and you're done. For the fourth hairstyle, you'll be needing a chignon maker with a band, or a filler. I'm not sure what the correct name for this tool is. Part your hair to the side and place it on your head like this. Then take a bobby pin and pin the filler to the back of your head so it doesn't move. Then use a tail comb to pull out the hair over the band so you cover it. Then you'll start rolling your hair up from your hairline, gradually adding new hair as you go down. And then just rolling it over the band. Do the same thing on the other side. that is left now is to roll up the remaining hair over the filler and pin it in place with bobby pins. Just make sure you cover the entire filler with hair. This one is a little bit big for my taste, which makes it a little bit harder to cover up with hair, but it's still a great tool if you're in a hurry and want an elegant, dramatic looking updo. Or if you want to make the impression that you have a lot of hair and you only have short hair to work with. The last hairstyle is an absolute no-brainer. It's super easy and it looks like you've spent a lot of time styling your hair. You simply gather your hair in a high ponytail, then you place a bun maker on top of it. Make sure you distribute the hair evenly around it so you hide all of it. Hide the ends and pin it all in place with bobby pins. And this is the finished look. Let me know which one of these you prefer. If you found any of this helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you next time. Bye!